Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to all of us. We are coming towards the end of the week, and today I want to welcome you all because we would like to talk about New Year and what happens in 2024 in terms of how can we create the life we truly love and desire and deserve. And we will be talking about it. Fingers crossed we will this time get a connection with Arvind Devalia, who I'm sending an invitation right now. So just bear with me a second, and while you're all joining us. So I invited Arvind. And Arvind, if you're watching, please send me a message and I will be able to tell whether I can bring you to the camera. Fingers crossed we can do it, because today I want to talk to you about Arvind's book. Is this one. And this is the book that has been actually released 10 years ago. And it became a best-selling book. I absolutely love this book. Arvind is a dear friend of mine and fellow coach. And he has been, you know, not only writing the book but walking his talk for many years now, and I want to share with you a little bit more about this book, because it's wonderful piece. It's not just to read. It's for me, this book is very different to other books because it kind of is like your best friend, you know. And when I say best friend, I mean you can go through it's very easy read. It's very approachable to people, and you know, you have lots of little exercise that are giving you opportunity to kind of, you know, like stop from busy life and just like pause and to reflect what is actually going on in your life now and what you can create. So it's little chapters. Every chapter is focusing on different kind of area of your life, which is very precious because it literally takes you through the little journey. It's like a little journey, but you don't do it with a coach. Normally we coaches do it with you, but you do it in your own time. You do it personally, and I think there's a lot of insights in this book, going through this book, not just reading it, but actually interacting with the book in terms of writing these little exercises where you can get a new insights that actually shifting your point of view, your view on life, your future, and you start slowly creating something which I believe is a precious. That's how it really works, because when we go through the life, like this mundane life, you know, that is happening, and it's a lot of things that we need to do and places to go and shopping and cooking, and you know, life takes over. And when we live this kind of life, it's very busy, but only when we give ourselves opportunity to actually pause, to stop, to, you know, to reflect a little bit, like, hold on a minute, is this all what I do and how I do it making sense in terms of, yes, I should go ahead and keep on doing it. You know, at the end of each year, and it's coming closer, I've got this a little habit of, you know, just kind of reviewing my life. So I do Wheel of Life. Those clients who've been with me know what I'm talking about, where we take different sections of our lives and we look at relationships, at health, at, you know, free time, and attitude towards life, relationship. So different sections of, you know, passions, hobbies, spiritual life. You know, you can really put this is like a little cake, different sections in there, and it's very interesting to look at it and rate where you are in terms of satisfaction in each area, and that gives you a lot of insights. Also, exercises that we do as a coaches with you guys is when we kind of take you through like what actually still makes sense for you to continue doing, what would be good to stop doing, what would you like to give up, and what would you like to start in terms of, you know, like see your life going better, righter, There's no such a word. Direction. Anyway, I started talking a little bit, but I'm curious whether Arvin is with us. So Arvin, if you're here, just... Okay, I'm here. Okay, Arvin, I see your message. And I sent you an invitation already. And again, I don't have option to invite you to the streaming. And I'm going to explore if there's anything else I can do. So bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to get this champ to join us. Allow viewers to request to join your video. So that's yes there. Okay. Okay, so that's ticked. Invitation sent. What else can I do? Oh, there is no more buttons, basically. Sylvia, I can join you on a video. She's watching, bless her. But I can't actually join Arvind, who is supposed to be my guest today. Arvind, what shall we do? Tell me. I don't know what to do. I started talking about your book, Arvind, and I want you here. What shall we do? Let me, because this book already, Arvind reviewed this book and he changed chapters around, and he made it a little bit, like refreshed it just recently, so that's why we are talking about it. But he really wrote it 10 years ago and became a bestseller, and I just really want to bring this book into your attention. It has there's basically so much to talk about it. It's just I don't really know where to start, but maybe while we are carry on talking. Thank you, Anima, I miss you. Okay, so let's interact this way. I will make this video shorter because I really don't know other options how I can bring Arvind to the camera. So sorry, honey, this is my only thing that scares me when I have my guests. Not scares me, but you know, I have a technical difficulty. Sometimes you can't do anything about it, unfortunately. So I make this video shorter, guys, because obviously it's not going to be that much fun without Arvind, although I know you love me. So what I'm talking about is how we create the life we love in 2024. And because time is running so fast, we chose to talk about this subject now. And I want to ask all of you, and Arvind, please write or interact with us as much as you can through the messages, so we can kind of bounce off each other, at least this way. What does it actually mean, living the life you love? Like, what comes to your mind when you say it out loud, or when you even think about it? What does it mean, living the life you love? Or maybe the good question is, like, when was it the last time you loved your life? You know, that you've been in a situation in your life that you just felt good, like maybe for no particular reason, nothing like big happen, but you just felt really, really good. And Arvind is saying it all starts with gratitude, being grateful for what you have in your life. Yeah, I think I would agree. And Arvind, what do you think? Because there's people who are watching us, and some of them have a good days and they might be feeling grateful and be in this energy, this space. But what if people who are watching don't exactly have a good day, and maybe even something hard happen in their lives? Like, I know that today you are, bless you, kind of having a big day, which potentially can be very, very sad and upsetting day. It's anniversary of your mom's passing, and you know, some people would say that you have every single reason to be sad today and tearful and have an awful day. But is it like that? Arvind, how are you feeling today? Does it necessarily, when things are not going right way for us in life, does it necessarily mean that you know, we need to be unhappy. How gratitude works when things seem not so ideal in our lives, what would you say? Yeah, Arvin is saying, today I'm remembering my mom fondly, asking in her love and memories today along with the sadness. Basking in her love and memories today along with the sadness. Yeah, and you know, sometimes these things go hand in hand. Like, I don't know how about you guys, but I experienced in life when I was very, very sad, but strangely it was very blissful feeling, and strangely I felt happy at the same time. And I think it's a lot to do with the gratitude, with the humbleness, with simplifying your mind to the degree where you can just be and be okay with it, be more than okay with it, and be grateful. Arvind is saying, feeling the gratitude of having my mom and for all she did for us. Yeah, sending her hearts. So we are talking about Arvind's book, which called Get the Life You Love and Live It, which is kind of important thing. So to make this interactive, and I know many of you will be watching from replay, so give us a hashtag replay if this is happening. And I know a lot of you will be sending a comments and interacting with us later. So when is the last time you've been kind of thinking, okay, you know, what is missing to, you know, live the life I love? Because mostly people have it in a way like, living the life I love, I would have to have this, or this would have to be in my life, you know, or that person would have to change for me to live my, you know, to enjoy my life. Not even love. People don't even talk about loving my life, you know, like for me to be happy, for me to be more peaceful, yeah. I would need that. Like, a lot of times we put the conditions in our life. So Arvind is saying it's really starting with gratitude, and gratitude we can apply in any situation, really. Like, you know, if someone passes, we can still be grateful for that person being alive, and for that person, you know, having memories with that person, however short that life was, or long. Arvind is saying, getting the life you love is about living with joy and appreciating life despite of your daily challenges. And I can tell you, Arvind had a lot of challenges in his life, even in the recent years, right? Arvind, you sadly lost your brother as well as your mom, you know, and that's not easy. I think bereavement is one of the hardest things to go through, and it's very individual. And you know, for that to happen in such a short space of time, that alone can spin some people into, you know, sadness, even depression. And I know Arvind didn't have like easy time with this. He's still a human being. But would you say, Arvind, applying things from your book and really like walking your talk did made a huge difference to you? I guess the answer is going to be yes. So tell me, guys, maybe to make this even more interactive, the times when your life didn't occurred, because, you know, to talk about how to live the life you love, first I think we have to start looking at, you know, if it doesn't seem like it's the life you love, you know, what do you think, you know, is prevent you from that? And then looking at whether that thing, what is prevent you from living the life you love or even enjoy, whether it's something that I can do something actively about it, like a job I don't like, or, you know, the boss that irritates me, or, you know, whether there is actually something you can do about it, or whether it's that thing where you just kind of, you know, accept, embrace and surrender is something that you cannot actually physically or actively do anything about. So let me know what your thoughts are on this as well. Going to the book again, and it's, as I said, it's a wonderful book. What I love, Arvin, maybe you can tell us why this book, because there's so many books that are, you know, personal development books, right? So much out there on the market. You go to the shop, you can really thank God, no? Many wonderful books you can find. Why is your book different to any other book? I can say a little bit about that as well, because I love your book, but I want to hear from you as an author. In the meantime, I'm just going to share what Arvin is writing here. Arvin is saying, it has been a tough year. The last 17 months has been the hardest of my life after my brother passed away in May 2022. But what has helped me is to focus on all the good things whilst also acknowledging my sadness and grief. And this is something that is actually very important, because living the life you love doesn't mean that you are pretending you are happy all the time. In fact, from my experience and my own practice and working with people for almost more than 20 years now as a coach, it doesn't mean that you are happy all the time. Not at all. Like, we all have challenges, and life just brings new challenges every day. Even those that, you know, we didn't even see coming, or, you know, we wouldn't even dream about, that often comes, and you just have to deal with it. So life brings the stuff in, and it's absolutely normal that it shakes us, that it throws us. Sometimes it takes us apart completely. Sometimes we have to hold on to dear life to even like get through it, or get a new meaning, or you know, still really digging deep to find some kind of purpose, because things are not going the way we want it. So living the life we love doesn't mean that things are going well and that we are very lucky and fortunate and it looks wonderful on the Facebook photos. To me, living the life you love is that you're the kind of person who is content, and even if something big shakes you and throws you, you're always able to come back to you, to the core you. Very generically, I can say to come back to love. You know, because when things throw us, we have a tendency to be angry, to, you know, have emotions, which are very natural, right? To be upset, to swear, to get bitter even, you know, to blame other people or ourselves. We women do that mostly towards ourselves. And that's all very normal. But being able to put, you know, take a time and put things into perspective in relatively short space of time, not to let things drag on and on and on for a long period of time in such a way that it impacts your life and lives of all those around you, your closest ones. That's part of living the life you love. You know, going through these challenges that build your resilience, and really at the end of it, you actually get something precious in terms of gift, in terms of knowledge, in terms of so much more appreciating those things that you maybe didn't see before. Arvin is writing again. I'm just kind of hoping that this is kind of working, right? Ish. Even though we weren't able to bring Arvin to the camera. So he is saying there are literally thousands of such books like mine out there. However, my book is unique, and what is unique about it is that it is a practical book with tons of exercises. Exactly. It's like a best friend, guys. This book Arvin wrote, which we are talking about here, and it's wonderful gift, by the way, Christmas gift for anybody who is kind of, even from your environment, who is thinking, you know, to kind of wondering about purpose of life, or at least ready to look a little bit like, okay, let's have a look what else is possible in life. This book is wonderful present for get them started. It's not big, look, it's quite thin, so it doesn't scare you like, oh my god, you know, it will take me 2 years to even get to the second chapter or something. But you know, it's got plenty of wonderful exercises that help you. It's like a best friend, you know. Arvind is saying it contains lots of examples and anecdotes from my own life that always helps, because you can relate to someone who actually went through it. And Arvind wrote about stuff where he messed up in life and what helped him and what worked for him in those situations. And that's very, I love that, because that's very authentic. You know, many people are talking about their successes, and that's great. You know, we are also here, and it's important to celebrate success. Not many people are, you know, brave enough to talk about times when they messed up, where they made a mistake, when they even hurt someone, and how they meant it. Arvind is saying, yes, return to love, yeah. One of my favorite books, he's saying, from Marianne Williamson, is Return to Love. Yeah, exactly. I think it's pretty much about it, because as a human beings, we are very dynamic. Life is very dynamic, and we get tired and we get fed up. You know, it's normal. I do that all the time, you know. But what is very important is to always keep on coming back, you know. And what practice does to us coaches is that we are now able to do it maybe a little bit faster than someone else, just because we have a lot of practice, those of us who are doing our work authentically, and we are actually walking our talk. And it's amazingly it's amazing resource to have, like internally, to being able to do that. Like, imagine if nothing else in your life changes next year, but those things that used to wind you up and make you feel miserable and bad about yourself, if only those things change to the degree that they don't faze you anymore. I was talking to my friend Simona. She came from Valencia to see us here yesterday. I had a coffee, and we had a wonderful talk, and I was sharing with her, and I was saying, you know, this is what I love. I love to work with people to that kind of depth, that it's not like, yes, I have to meditate to not to have anxiety, or I have to, you know, do something to fix the problem that is draining me, that is taking my energy, to, you know, not workable relationship with my husband or something. And but I like to work with my people to the depth that, you know, those situations don't come anymore. That they said to me, like, many times it happens, like, oh my God, like, I just realized it, I don't have that anymore. You know, so wouldn't that be wonderful? Going back to this book, it is for people who maybe never done any personal development in their lives, but for me, it's even a book that you can read and do every year. Honestly, like, it wouldn't harm you, even for someone like me who done personal development and been in this wonderful space for many years. I still love it. I still love to read and to write down, because every year is going to be a different story what you write in here. Would you agree, Arvind? Like, does it still have kind of that kind of impact on you? Tell us what else in terms of experiences and feedback you had from people about this book. What kind of things happen? I'm sure, like, the book has been out for 10 years, so I'm sure that you had a lot of feedback and a lot of stories. Many stories. I mean, I released the book last year, and I guess as author, a lot of stories when you release the book that it's got a mission to make an impact and you know, transform people's lives. A lot of stories don't even come to you, but I'm interested in stories that did actually feed back to you, and what kind of experience people had, what happened in your lives, in their lives, sorry, through your book, what actually happened. I will read you a little bit, because Arvind said that it's always good to start from final words, which is end of this book. So I'm just going to, this is actually not a new version of the book, so forgive me, Arvind, but I'm really glad now I found it, that I didn't manage to get you on a camera. Let me just read first what Arvind is saying. So he's saying, I've had many readers get a new copy of this book at the beginning of the year, and then they reviewed at the end of the year. Yeah, they find much change has happened. And that's exactly what we want, because I think when we as a human beings, as a people, we stagnate in life, you know, that feeling, maybe some of you even who is watching, like, have that feeling that, okay, I go to work, I come back, it's kind of okay, my life is okay, but it's missing some kind of like spice, you know, like a little bit of sparkle, a little bit like excitement, like, you know, that kids feeling. Remember when we been kids, we looked forward to, everything was new and exciting, and as we grow up, it's like, nah, okay, well, another weekend, another, you know, it's to-do list, it's endless to-do list. And I guess part of living the life you love is making your life as colorful as possible, you know, in terms of filling it with those sometimes spontaneous, sometimes unexpected, some new, refreshing, you know, kind of things that you can fit in, whether it's like party you go to, whether it's a friends reunion you create out of the blue, you know, just because, you know, you decided that it would be a good idea to see people after 20 years, you know, like it can have many forms, but I think that's really important kind of spice we all need in our lives in order to label it as, yes, this is the life I actually love and enjoy. Yeah, I'm really saying it's about taking action, because what actually happens when we stagnate? We don't take an action. And the longer we stagnate and we are kind of, you know, like this, not really doing anything, or we procreate, we have things in it. I think we all have things in our head which we want to do on one day, someday try, or but we are being like held back because it's not the right time. We create a story, and we label it, we kind of touch the reason, the story, a nice story as well, reason behind why not now, why is not the right time, why there is no enough time, why there is not enough money, why there, you know, it's like one day someday, and that one day someday, guess what, it will never happen. So a lot in this book, what helps you with, I guess, it gives you that springboard to take an action in your life, in those things which you uniquely need in order to springboard, you know, like to jump, like a little bit of quantum leap towards what you actually want in life. And taking action is really important thing. Who knows, it can be this book or any other book that you feel pulled towards. You know, I'm a big believer of taking action towards what we are being pulled towards. It doesn't have to make sense in your mind. Like, I've done crazy things in my life that didn't make sense at all in terms of here, but I've been pulled to do it, and I just did it. I didn't think about it, and those being the best things. Arvind is saying, by writing down your action steps in this book helps you to start being proactive and make it happen. One small action at a time. Oh, that's it. That's very important to say, because we often see as doing something, whether it's losing weight or living more healthy life or exercise, we often see it as this big unachievable thing or hard work. And when our brain receives the message like, you know, it's going to be really hard, you know, and I'm going to suffer because it's going to be painful, it's not going to say, hey, you know, I can't wait, where shall we start? You know, it's going to procrastinate. And so, you know, it's very important to, I guess, to select things that are important to you, create your why and be clear about your why, and then see it how you can take baby steps, because that's all it is. It's baby steps every day. All we can do is really baby steps, but when you do them every single day, you would be amazed what can be achieved even in a month's time, even in a week time. It's extraordinary when we only choose to actually, you know, start. And starting is, I think, the maybe one of the most important things. So here I'm going to read a little bit from this book that I'm talking about. It's actually final words from Arvind. I'm just going to choose a little bit. So there is a 25 steps and exercises that you go through in this book. And he's saying, now that you have worked through 25 steps, I hope that you're well on your way to getting and living the life you love. If so, then I will have achieved my purpose in writing this book, as my mission is to make a difference in the world and to improve the life of everyone with whom I come into contact. Let me tell you a little bit about Arvind. Not just about his book. Arvind is just this most joyful person that brings people together, you know. There's always so much fun. Like, you come to his house and we do hula hooping in his garden. Like, that's the kind of the kind of guy who just makes you enjoy life. So it's not just his book, it's actually author who, and that's what I love about this book as well, is I know the author who wrote it, and I know his life, and I know his energy, and I know what kind of energy you will get from this book if you ever choose to get it. And Arvind, if you can put a little link or something where people can get this book, that would be wonderful. And I'm doing this for Arvind just because I'm his friend, and just because I love what he does, and you know, I'm a fellow coach, and we kind of support each other because we all believe, we all do our job, is our purpose, our like breathing is something very naturally that we do for many years, and it's because we believe that we cannot individually change the world, but by joining together like this, by sharing something precious. And who knows, you know, maybe someone from this streaming will click on a link that Arvind is going to and get the book, and it will become their best friend, and it will be starting. But I'm not saying this book is going to change your life and you're going to be happy. No, I'm not saying that, but it can be very important springboard, as I said, and like stepping stone towards something magical. Like, I know how it happened in my life. Not always I was like this, you know. Before, it's been many years, but I know that not always I felt the way I feel about my life. Not always I had this attitude. Not always I had that kind of resilience, that kind of drive, that kind of confidence. You know what I mean? But everything is what you surround yourself with and what you choose to be inspired by. And I believe that part of loving the life you love is also to feel that you're growing as a person, that you are aiming towards the future, that you are creating yourself, that you want. You know, when you see, it's like when you look forward to holidays, your life right now, you might be at work, piled underneath the big, you know, heaps of paper with lots to do and deadlines, but you already see the vision of something that is going to be much better, and the holidays are coming. You're happy. And I think that's very, very important. Is far too many people who live their mundane life, and I always talk about how life is really precious. Live their mundane life with no kind of purpose, no kind of spice that I was talking about. You know, it's kind of like boring. It's busy, but it's boring because it's always the same. So I'm a big, you know, fan of sparkling it up and, you know, being more conscious, more aware of yourself and your values, which is also what you get from this book, like being very clear about your values, who you are, and so on. You know, that is so priceless, because everything around you starts shifting. The type of people who will be approaching you, the kind of situations you will be experiencing, the opportunities that will start coming your way. Okay, Arvin sent us a link to Amazon. Thank you so much. So if you want, guys, click on that and check it out. Yes, Arvin is writing chapters rather than steps. Okay, so in the new 3rd edition, this is the 3rd edition now of this book, he said, I have revised all the chapters and updated it. Is available on Amazon. Okay, great. Thank you, Arvin, for that. Just notice that it's available on Amazon for £8.46. Oh my god, so it's like £8.46. It's couple of cups of copies. So it's $8.46, guys, rather than $14.99. You know, thanks Amazon. He's saying thanks Amazon. You know, I don't, guys, like sell things in here, and I'm not even selling this now, because you know, Arvin is my friend, and we don't, unless he says something, I don't get a commission or anything from this. This is just something that I truly believe that can sparkle your life. And because we are coming towards the end of the year, and you might be wondering what can be really nice present for someone or for yourself, because I think the best presents are actually the ones that you give to yourself with absolute unconditional love, and kind of like this would be your best friend, you know, I would say. So that's probably what I wanted to share with you today. I'm so sorry Arvin wasn't able to, oh bless you, thanks for your kindness. I wasn't able to join you at Arvin. I was so looking forward to, I mean, we had a lot of plans. In some point yesterday, Arvin sent me a message saying, oh, I'm going to my friend's house and she's going to play on piano for us, and it was supposed to be so much fun, and I'm gutted that we weren't able to do it technically in order for Arvin to join us actually on here. But with saying all that, and I can talk about this book forever, but I think it's better to actually just get it and, you know, try it yourself, because then you can let us know how was it for you, and I would love to know that. If you have any questions, let Arvin know. I'm sure he will be very happy, even in personal message or in a comments here. If you want to share it with someone, let people know this book exists. Again, you know, it's just something I felt like I want to get out there in the world, let people know, because there is a lot of wonderful people, wonderful therapists, healers, books, programs, but unless you guys know about it, it's not going to make a difference to anyone. So this was my, you know, desire today, my commitment, and just kind of my hope that someone out there will be watching who is looking just for this, and it might be beginning of something exciting and new. And this is what I wish for all of us, guys, to have that kind of life that is that's got a lot of colors, a lot of flavors, lots of juice, because at the end of the day, one day is waiting for all of us. It's going to be very yeah, we are all going to die, basically. And my aim, I guess, is not just to bring, yes, I love bringing people together, but also my aim, similar to Arvin's, is to lessen the suffering in the world, and also to make sure that we have our impact most amount of people. So one day when the last day comes, you will be able to say, guess what? It was so worth it. And I loved, and even now I feel filled with love. And yes, it's the end, but I don't regret a thing that I haven't done or I've done. It was all perfect and I had a blast. And this is what I wish for all of you. If your life doesn't look like is the one you love yet, don't be disappointed. Don't feel like it's available for someone else, because I do believe it's available for all of us. It's just sometimes there is a better moment to kind of go, do you know what, I've got enough of this and I'm actually ready to look at what else is possible for my life in this situation or from this moment on. And for that, we are here for you as a coaches. I am here for you as a coach. So let me know how you're doing, guys. I always love to hear from you. If you don't feel like sharing, you know, with everyone, send me a personal message. I'm happy to have a conversation with you and see what else we can co-create in your life. Lots of love, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And last words from Arvind. Remember that your life counts. There is no one else like you on this planet. There never has been and never will be. Do not sell yourself short. Do not sell the words. Well, do not sell the world short. This is your life. Love it. Live it. One life, one chance. Grab it. Get the life you love and live it. And this is the book we've been talking about. This is what we absolutely believe in. And I'm sending you from the bottom of my heart, together with Arvind, lots of love. We do care about you guys. We love you. Let us know how you're doing. We are here for you. Have a great